Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's Poppy speaking, and we have a new day wave, and that's what I'm reporting on. Sorry about my voice. I was hoping that all this snot head would clear up before I did it, but it's just not, and we are in this time, and I really just want to report on this. So we're right in this day wave 129, and just, quickly recapping on the night wave that we just came out of. We were in night wave 2 Earth, where there's this big splitting of consciousness, the bifurcation was growing, and the sort of a lot of death and all of that. And yes, so war has come, and now we have these energies. Now the Mayan energies are all about peace and harmony and honouring the earth, and if we were to live by these energies, then we are perfectly capable of creating peace. So they were masters on consciousness as well as actually doing the real life of being human. So if anything, the Mayan way is renewing our humanity. So we are in day wave 129, which is 7 Eagle, starting on the 20th or the 21st of October, depending on where you live on the planet. And this is really about rising above the chaos with extra sensitivity and keen vision. So it falls in the water Trecena, and so that's like this purging, sensitive energy that is with us, giving us this uplift. Reflecting on the global vision and how we are most effectively of service this time, and really, let's hold this vision of peace and war while living by divine providence. You'll probably be having experiences where things are actually impossible, but they are being provided. And even when things can look impossible, because most people are they're just not having enough money to survive. We're kind of living almost miraculously, and this is divine providence that is actually happening and carrying us through this time. And this is because we actually have faith in that connection with Father and Earth. The eagle flies, it is the intermediary between Mother and Father. So we rise up with healing in our wings by attending to our unique personal journey and those that we care for. We rely on equal balance in our wings, the balance of feminine and masculine energy in harmony. When we have this masculine and feminine energy balanced within, then we will actually be able to attract the healthy feminine and masculine energies that can come into our lives. We rise above fears so they are not able to hold us down and prevent the further ability to fly or perhaps even soar in the winds of Great Spirit. There's great potential for this great uplift, this pouring out of love and peace and consciousness on the earth. And while we are pouring our love and our peace upon the earth, because we have that uplift, we also experience that in our own life. It's win-win-win. But we have to rise above our fears in order to no longer give them power, and we cannot fly or thrive if we become entangled in agendas that re-traumatize and re-victimize. We must rise above this destruction. It was always going to happen, and it's happening in a way where the best thing is to just not observe, but be like the eagle who just not judge, but be like the eagle who fly above and can take on that whole big picture and hold it with love and peace and harmony in the heart. And at the halfway point, we have an 18-day day wave, and then we have 9 phases. So this to me is actually like time moves, it spirals. So it actually goes into, it's like taking a new direction. And that's going to happen in the energy of 3 seed. And this is like the 29th or the 30th of October. And this is a time of really actively collaborating and networking together. So like the seed, it's like the net. and we could catch things in nets, but we could also network and tie things together that are like safety nets for our community, nets that actually help to bring in harvest and produce, and that are fruitful. So it's really about networking together, guided by Wairua or spirit, which Wairua is the Māori word for spirit, like divine spirit. And this is because we will be in the wind Trecena, so we'll be in the third day of the wind Trecena when we start this 9-day phase. So very much guided by the breath to create fruitfulness, fertility, passion, and the energy of bringing healing, change, us growing up authentically, like from our authentic divine seed code, and, tuning in with our unique purposes and contribution to the whole. We're all so different, and globalism, and I'm not talking about the way the Maya see it, but globalism has wanted everyone to be the same, behave the same, produce the same, whereas the way of humanity, when we return to our humanity, is to celebrate the uniqueness of every soul and to see their contribution and to nurture it and to be with it, because every soul is vital and each soul has this amazing contribution, and we can actually network together to bring that out in one another. This full moon is actually a lunar eclipse, which is part of the other eclipse window. Now, I'm not a big expert on eclipses, but I know that they have a 6-month period and they have extra strength. This is in 2 night, and the power of this eclipse may more strongly align us with the cosmic dreams or desires of Mother Earth, which is really what I'm feeling, is she really is desiring more of that connection with her divine counterpart, Father Earth, where that matrix of our mental constructs just isn't in the way, and there's just that pure connection. And this is, like when we are aligning with hers, it's causing them to dawn new possibilities and to eclipse them into being. So consciousness will continue to grow and separate from one another. There are big areas of consciousness where people are still going to hold on to the idea of war and fighting and mentality, and they may not have evolved into that level of soul maturity to master the soul, because that's big work. It takes everything to do that. It's not it's a life journey. It's work. It's so personal, but it's definitely a more meditative and reflective energy that's carrying us on during this time. And as we move into Nightwave 121 in 12 read, we're actually bringing a lot of eagle energy with us, because we're going to have, on the 3rd day of this Nightwave, we're going to go into the eagle Trecena. So this eagle energy is going to carry us through. So, eagle energy is great, because when we get that big perspective, we can feel those flights of freedom, and we can soar, and we can rise above everything. So the night wave is in the energy of 12 read, and 12 read was in the wind Trecena. So again, we have breath, we have spirit guiding us. So this is about standing strong like pillars in service, guided by Wairua or spirit, to speak with maturity. Both this whole day wave and night wave is very service orientated. So eagle carries us through this time, rising up to new heights, connected and grounded, standing strong for just causes. Soul maturity is an inside job, so we stay extra grounded with Mother Earth, knowing her will and allowing it to course through at our breath and our being. Kind of like when we bring the breath, or how I said, when we bring the breath into our physicality, it's just like bringing spirit. It's like connecting Mother and Father. And when we really get into that flow of the breath, that's when the guidance just starts to come through. And that's actually how I connect. I connect with Papatuanuku. That's how she even passes on these messages to me. I get that in the breath with the two. So it actually is a connection between the two. So connect with the divine time frequencies of the Father, centered in your soul, strong in your heart and your soul presence. When we attend to our inner being, our outer experience will open and contribute to global peace and harmony. We are always empowered to effect change with earth and sky. It's amazing. It's miraculous. And halfway through, we have the 9-day phase, 8 wind. Amazing. This is like integrating that whole communication, that Trecena of the wind, that breath of life. So just breathe that breath of life and the movement of spirit, that inspiration, which may guide communication, especially for healing in our homes and to our wider communities. In this NIGHTWAVE of 12 read, we access spiritual guidance in conscious breathing. And then we will have dark moon. No eclipses with this one. It's just a good old dark moon in 5 storm energy. So again, this is in the Eagle Trecena. It's uprising, strong energy that's catalyzed to empower healthy psychological change. A psychological system upgrade as we rise up to new heights with more light in the mind, enlightenment. So when we have storm energy, it can feel chaotic. There could be a big charge. There can be, it can even feel a little bit like lightning to the head or lightning to the being. It is the lightning path. It can bring change very, very quickly. So this is empowering something in our belief system, which is great because that will inform our thoughts and that informs our ability to co-create with one another. So thank you everyone who's joining me with this journey, and thank you for taking part in the momentum of this amazing time, this epic time that we are moving out of all the pain and trauma that we have known into new freedom, and we're really staying the path and staying the course as we rise up like the eagle and we stay grounded as the reed. So much love to you. In Lakesh, I have another you. So much love.